Hi guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers podcast. Here again with just Luke this week. This is going to start being a regular thing now, guys. There's going to be quite a few weeks where Lee's not going to be able to make it, so it's just going to be me and Luke quite often. It's always good, obviously, when it is the three of us. Good difference of opinions and stuff. But yeah, like we've said, Lee is moving away for work and stuff, so quite a lot now it's going to be just me and Luke. But yeah, we hope you still enjoy the show. We hope you still enjoy the debates and the news that we bring you. And yeah, we're going to carry on. So how's it going, mate? You all right?
Yeah, it's good. And as Paul just said, what my aim is over the next season, obviously where Lee won't be about as much, is to try and guest on maybe every other week or once a month. Like I know Jay would probably come on all the time. Hammers Chat have been in touch. West Ham World has been in touch. Maybe one of you guys would like to come on. That's how we'd like to do it now. Someone to replace Lee, because it works really well when there's three people. Then you get more arguments, more debates, like it's been. If there are any calls from the comments last week, it's time to get rid of Lee anyway. So, yeah, I'm doing all right. Like I said, there's not much to talk about, but there are a few little snippets and things that we've not really discussed since the last podcast. First thing that I'll say is the new away kit has come out. Obviously, all the other channels have had some comments on that. I really like it. I think it's a nice kit, actually.
Yeah, I quite like it. It's a bit strange to see it as an away kit. It looks like more like a third kit to me, being black, obviously, and like with I quite like the monochrome badge.
Yeah, I like that blue. I like that light blue. It's
like sort of like
neon.
Neon-y electric blue. There's been rumours of a kit like that for the last few years of us having a kit like that. Real Madrid always do a kit like that. Their away kit always is like that. No, I like it. Looking forward to getting one. I'm interested to see what the home shirt looks like. I'm pleased it hasn't got that big massive Umbro stripes down the sleeve. I know there is a bit of a stripe, but
yeah, that looked. I think you said it off air last week, actually, that it had the potential to look a bit like the old Man United kits. When we were kids back in school. Yeah, I really like it. It's something different. Like I said, I really like that blue, and that really matches nicely. And of course, on the day that it was launched, I think it was the day after the podcast went out, which was a bit unfortunate. We was discussing whether he was going to sign and stuff, and the man who launched it was Pablo Zabaleta. This is our chance to have our sort of opinions on it. I'm very happy, very, very happy. I think he's a fantastic player. And something we've been needing for a long time is a leader. And this man is a leader, if anything.
He's a leader. He's a winner. He's used to being in a winning team. He's used to winning things. That's going to rub off well. It's a great signing. Really good signing. Hopefully, he's still got, hopefully his legs ain't gone. Hopefully he's still got a bit left in the tank. Seems like the sort of player that looks after himself, though. Obviously, he did play quite regularly for Man City last year. Or the season just finished. So no, I'm really looking forward to seeing him play for us. Hopefully he does a bit better than Arbeloa.
Yeah, I think his send-off from Man City says a lot as well. Massive send-off. The players were really sort of upset about him leaving. Have you seen the video of him saying goodbye to the fans as well?
I haven't seen it. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. Apparently it's a bit of a tearjerker.
Yeah, it's quite a powerful one. It just shows like this guy must be a real likeable character as well in the changing room, and one for the fans. I'm well excited. And a lot of the talk is that he had a word with Manuel, and Manuel was like, come and join us. You know, they've got a good history of Argentinians here, Tevez, Zarate, etc., etc., etc. So I said it last week, didn't I, on the podcast, maybe it is a bit of a sweetener for Manuel Lanzini as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But really happy with that. Really, really happy. I think Jay said it actually, and I think it summed up everything about the deal. Is we've finally solved something that we've needed to do for 2 years. We've brought right back.
We've probably needed something we've probably needed to do for the last 10 years, to be honest. When was the last really good right back that who was our last really good right back?
Repka.
Well, yeah, and how long ago was that?
Yeah,
that's what, 2002.
Yeah, I can't. Who was our right back in the playoff, the Championship years?
You had we had Super Lionel Scaloni.
Yeah, because he was the one who popped the ball up, wasn't he? Yeah.
Let me think.
No, Lucas Neal.
Lucas Neal, yeah, Lucas Neal.
Lucas Neal.
You know,
He was good right back.
It's even hard to remember now.
Jenkinson, the first year of Jenkinson was good.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah, Jenkinson the first year was fantastic, and then he just completely fell off. Didn't he get an injury or something?
I don't know. I think he signed that big contract at Arsenal.
That's right.
When he come back to us.
That's right.
And then it was as if it was like, well, I'm on 50 grand a week. I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, and then what? Joey O'Brien, you know, good utility player.
Utility player. Yeah.
But you know, no, it's definitely filled a gap, and I think Zabaleta hopefully can help bring on Byram. You know, so we've got Zabaleta, Byram, and then Masuaku Cresswell. That's the strongest set of fullbacks we've had in a very, very long time.
Yeah, and I think Lee made an interesting call last week about him possibly playing as the right centre-back of the three. What do you think about that? So it could possibly be Bono on the left, you've called that before, Reed centre, and Zeb's right centre-back. I think that would be quite a strong, tough guys in there as well.
Definitely, yeah, I could see that working 100%.
Yeah, Byram at the right wing-back possibly. He looked good. It was stages where he looked good.
Byram does look good going forward. And like when he was playing before he joined us at Leeds, he was playing on the wing. He was playing as a midfielder. So I think it'd suit him to be able to have that freedom to go forward more and not have to worry what's going on behind him too much. Yeah, and then like you say, we'd have Font and Collins, pretty good backups, plus the kids coming through. Yeah, I think our defence is looking good now. Our defence is looking good.
Where Lee's not here, we can discuss transfer rumours. There's been a few, and I'm not going to sit here and go 90%, 60%, or it's very, very close. But is it Iheanacho? I always pronounce it wrong.
Iheanacho, something like that. Iheanacho, I think that's right.
But we sort of half discussed it last week. Again, there's been things on Instagram, things on Twitter that he's back in the country and that it's very close, and that all it sort of relies down to is some sort of buyback clause for Man City. I want him. I do want him.
We've been saying about him for quite a while, and he would be a fantastic signing. He really would. He really would. From all accounts, it sounds like it's very, very close. But then you never know what's going to happen. I mean, until he's pictured holding the shirt up on the official site, you're never going to say it's a done deal. But if we manage to get it over the line, I think it'd be a fantastic signing. Yeah,
and again, if it does get done, it all boils back to what we were saying a few weeks ago, where it's like, get the business done. Get it done. It's well done, well before pre-season. And it's just, there's two there then. I think Zabaleta's got a big pull over him as well. I do expect this one to go through.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting here saying like I'm an expert.
If it does go through, I would have to give massive credit to the owners. I know we've slagged them off a lot in recent weeks.
Keeping quiet.
But they've said nothing. They've got on with their business. There was no mention at all about Zabaleta from inside the club. Obviously, there were rumours in the press, but there was nothing from the club. They just got it done. If Iheanacho signs, it'll be the same. There's been nothing. There's been no teases. Oh, we might sign this one. There's been no pictures of Jack wearing a shirt with his name on the back. None of this nonsense. Just get it done. And then brilliant, you know. Plus, it would be such a good signing, and
it's a positive signing.
You know, I think he's got the best goals to minutes ratio in the Premier League.
Lee had his comments last week, didn't he? Like, we sort of argued about, me and Lee, about the sort of, what was it, 15 goal, 20 goal a season striker. And I did admit they don't exist. They don't, unless you're Harry Kane, Aguero, Alexis Sanchez. They don't exist. But I think this guy, if fit, he will get us at least 15. I do. I think with the supply, I think Antonio would have gone on and probably got 15 if he would have stayed fit. He ended up with 9, didn't he, in the end? But he did have a couple of bad injury periods. I think fantastic signing. And I would expect possibly someone to come in on loan as the other striker. Who knows, that could be Michy Bastiat. which some West Ham fans still don't want. They're still a bit bitter about last summer.
Well, I understand, but at the same time, why would you be bitter about that? Like, why this guy has got no affiliation to West Ham? He's not a West Ham fan. Why would he ever come to West Ham when Chelsea were in for him?
Well, he was well in. He was well in.
No, that's what I mean. But what I mean,
Chelsea come in. Like, yeah, I'm on your side, mate. I'm totally on your side. But
you can't blame the lad for wanting to go to what is a much bigger, much more successful club. He don't know nothing about West Ham.
He's a Premier League winner now. He's got a Premier League title badge.
Yeah, that's it.
Medal, sorry, not badge.
He's probably got a badge as well.
Yeah, nice little badge. Yeah. But I expect something to hopefully kick off with that. It's loads of rumours, but that's all it is at the moment. Let's be clear about that, rumours. A few other rumours. There's an interesting one on Sky Bet, of all places to sort of a rumour to come from, is Tadic. Massive fan of this guy. He's a fantastic player. Every time he's come and played against West Ham, we are favourites to sign him for some reason. His odds are something like 7-4 to sign for West Ham. That one's a bit of a strange one.
Well, it is. I don't know if we've been linked with him before, but Bilic has come out in the last week or so and mentioned that he wants another attacking midfielder, another creative player to play alongside Lanzini, because we missed that since Payet's left. So in that sense of things, it makes sense. But yeah, it's kind of. I don't know if we have been linked with him before or not.
Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge, but he is a fantastic player. He's a nice, tidy midfielder. Couple of other ones. The Jordan Pickford one. Sort of little rumours again. Again, that was from the Star, though. Not the best paper in the world.
No, I can't see that happening.
No,
I don't think we need a goalkeeper. I don't think we would pay anywhere near what they're going to be asking for him, and he's probably going to have bigger clubs in for him anyway. Plus, I mean, yeah, he's had a good season. He's been hyped up massively. But is that just because he's a young English goalkeeper? Is he, like, genuinely, really, is he better than Adrian? Is he? Really? Potential.
He showed some good signs this year, but then we could say that Adrian was fantastic in his first year.
Yeah, I mean, you say potential-wise, yeah, he's got a lot of potential. Is he going to improve us right now? I don't think so. Probably not.
What do you make of Bournemouth then? I think, was it Bournemouth? I'm sure it's Bournemouth. 10 million bid for Begovic. Should we have been sniffing around that for 10 million, Begovic?
I mean, again, I don't think it's a position that needs strengthening. I think Adrian's perfectly fine as a number one. Begovic is a good keeper, a very good keeper. 10 million is a good price for him as well. But we'd be better off spending that 10 million elsewhere. I'd rather we took that 10 million and lumped it into the striker fund, because I don't think it's a position that we need to spend too much money on. Yeah, we could probably do with a backup if Randolph goes, because he's probably going to want to go for first team football now, so I can see Randolph going. Yeah,
one of the names that some of the West Ham fans are saying for a backup would be Tim Krul, the former Newcastle goalkeeper. I agree with that. I think he'd be a good backup goalkeeper, Tim Krul. I quite like him. He's always a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
Couple of others. Obviously, Snodgrass, heavily linked with Brighton. Yeah, I would cut our losses with him. It's a shame, because I've always been a fan of Snodgrass. I've always been one, and I will be honest, for the last sort of 5 or 6 years, I was calling West Ham to buy Snodgrass. And then it hasn't worked out for him.
It's a weird one. In general, I never like writing players off early. I really don't. I always like to give players time. But he doesn't. I don't know. He just doesn't look like he's got it in him. He really
didn't look like. He really looked like. To reverse the phrase, he looked like a small fish in a big pond. Like he was dazzled by the lights in the stadium. Like, oh my god, I'm at a really big club now.
Yeah, it's a weird one, because, like you say, obviously he was fantastic at Hull, but he just hasn't.
He was good at Leeds as well. When he was at Leeds, I think that's where he first started Leeds. He was a good player.
He just hasn't shown it for us, which is a shame. And I don't know, like I say, I don't like writing players off early. I really don't. I do like to give players time and give them a chance. But yeah, I mean, if we got a decent enough bidding for him, if we got a decent enough offer,
What is a decent enough offer?
well, what did we pay for him? 12?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd take 10 back. You don't want to lose too much on him.
I think I would take 8.
Mm.
I think I would take 8.
That's a big hit. 4 million for not much of anything, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know.
Also, in Valencia, I can't remember whether we discussed it last week or not. Everton have decided not to take up the option to buy. So
no, I don't think we did talk about that.
So that's not a nice 14 million coming in the bank.
No, that's a shame. Listen, I've always liked Valencia. I have. 2 seasons ago, I liked him. You know, you can see on this podcast, I've stuck up for him. I do like Enner Valencia. Ever since that goal that he scored against Hull, that absolute rocket. You know, he's shown he's got potential, and he works hard. You know, I don't know. I don't mind seeing him come back to the club. I'd be more than happy to see him in and around the squad next year. I really would. I think he would have done a lot better than the likes of Zaza and Caleri this year.
He's not a poison apple. I think that's the most important thing. Like, he may not be the best player when he comes on the pitch, but he definitely is not upsetting the dressing room.
That's it.
From what you can see, he has quite a good relationship with, I think, a lot of the Spanish boys there, like Adrian, and I think even like Lanzini, the Spanish-speaking players. So yeah, who knows? But you would feel if any Inácio does come in, and I expect another one, a lone one, you would think Enner's going to go.
I mean, it depends. It's another one of them things. So, someone's going to need to bid for him. Someone's going to need to come in for him. I haven't got a clue what sort of length he's got left on his contract.
No, I wouldn't. It is a shame that we're not going to get about 14 for him, because that would have been sort of nearly 3/4 of the way to paying off Inácio.
Yeah.
There was another one, but I cannot remember it for the life of me. And there was a ridiculous rumour on Twitter today, guys. Riyad Mahrez has handed his transfer request, and there was some guy on Twitter, some random guy, I think Hammer's Chat actually retweeted it to say how ridiculous it was. Riyad Mahrez to West Ham. No. I think it's safe to say that is a 0% chance. What a signing it would be, but
yeah, it'd be an amazing signing. You know, he would be fantastic. You know, so would Neymar, but that's not going to happen either. So,
no. Who do you feel is going to go though? Just on the last bit of transfers.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't. There's a lot of players who I think should go, but again, it's who's going to come in for them. I would personally like to see Sacco go. I wouldn't be disappointed if Carroll left, but at the same time, I wouldn't be disappointed if he stayed either. I've said before, I think Andy Carroll would be a fantastic backup player, but then can we afford to have a backup player on 120 grand a week? You know, I don't know.
He is a fantastic player, as we keep saying, and that's not just us using that loosely. He is a fantastic player when he's fit. He is a different animal to anything else in the Premier League
when he's fit. And like I say, as a backup player, brilliant. I would 100% keep him in, but we can't rely on Andy Carroll to be fit and to be our main man for the season. So I wouldn't be gutted if he left, but at the same time, I wouldn't be gutted if he stayed either. Like I say,
I can't see him going anywhere because of the news that come out. I think it was today or yesterday that his wife is pregnant.
Oh, right.
Baby.
Didn't see that myself.
Yeah, I think it came out today, actually, not yesterday. So, yeah, I wouldn't expect him to be going anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like, his wife's from Brentwood. I assume he lives in that sort of Essexy area.
He's probably going to be happy enough to pick up his money for the next couple of years, and that's that. Yeah. But, yeah, well, Sacco I'd like to see go for decent... Well, I'd just like to see him go. I don't care if a decent bid comes in or not. I don't think he should be around the team. Apart from that, I mean...
There is one... Just on another rumour that I've read, and again, the odds are quite suggestive on Sky Bet. Cresswell to Liverpool. Stone's been calling that for years. It's
been rumoured for a long time. He's a Liverpool fan, obviously, which is why I think it's their
Would it be that big a loss? Would it be that big? I like the guy. I think on his days, fantastic left back, but
I like the guy. We've been saying, since he's come back from his injury, he's not the same player. Whether if he got a full pre-season under him, he'd come back better next season or not, I don't know. Is he still that same player? Because you watch him now, he's scared to make a tackle. He really is. You can't have a defender who's literally scared to make a tackle. And he's just not been the same. I think, and I've said right since he signed, Masuaku's a better player.
Yeah, when Arthur has stepped in, he's done a great job as well. So for me, it wouldn't be a massive loss. It's more a case of how much we can dictate for an England left back.
I mean, to me, he doesn't start anyway, because, like I say, Masuaku starts in front of him,
and he suits the left wing back role as well.
Yeah, unless obviously, as we've mentioned before, you push Masuaku up and then play Cresswell behind him. But I don't know. I don't know if I can really. I don't think Liverpool will come in for him.
The problem you don't want as well, though, if we sell him, you don't want the same sort of issue we've got a right back that we've had for years, where we've got one left back and then you're probably going to be putting Ogbonna in at left wing back or something like that. Like that's again, he can go, but he needs to be replaced.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that's the key. Yeah. So that's for the transfer news. David Gold did tweet out that he does expect the stadium to be 60,000. Obviously, that's been the talk for a long time.
Did you see the thing that was going around about? I think David Gold actually tweeted it out. That we had the 8th highest average attendance in Europe last season.
I did see that. Yeah.
Which was absolute nonsense. Yeah. All right, maybe tickets sold, but there were thousands of empty seats every week.
Yeah. Have you seen the thing they've brought in actually? I think it was 7 games. So if you don't use your ticket for 7 games, you sign a waiver now that you lose your season ticket. So what they're trying to encourage is put the tickets on Ticket Exchange, so that you're not doing it through the black market or whatever.
I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing at all, actually. I think that's probably a good thing, because the last thing you want to see is empty seats. And especially when I've seen quite a lot of people have struggled to get tickets for certain games when there are literally thousands of empty seats on the day. So yeah, I mean, I think that's a good thing, and it will stop these people that have bought 4 cheap season tickets go to your big games against your Man United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, and then don't bother for the rest of the season.
Well, it's the touristy fans as well. Like a guy I work with, his sons are Tottenham fans. They've got 2 West Ham season tickets. Like they've bought them purely because it's cheap Premier League football.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're going to try and stop that, and you're going to try and encourage people to go every game, I think that's a good thing. Obviously, there needs to be things in place for if someone genuinely can't go because they're ill or something like that. Obviously, you don't want to see people like that losing their tickets.
Well, you have got 7. You've got 7 games.
Yeah.
I think it's 7. Yeah.
That's quite interesting as well, though, because it means that someone like me, I wouldn't be able to buy a season ticket to guarantee myself a seat for games that I can get over to England, which is quite interesting as well. But no, like I say, I don't think it's a bad thing, because you want to see the stadium full every week. You don't want to see these empty seats because it looks ridiculous. And if we can actually fill it every week, then fair enough. Yeah, say.
I think it's got to be that the only criticism I have is they've got to have a fairer exchange rate for selling your ticket then, because there are games where you're selling your ticket for like £22 and they're selling it on for £75, but they're only giving you £22. And then I think that's what an argument was. People were thinking, I'd rather not have the £13 so you can sell it for 75. Maybe that's the argument. So what do you make of the 60,000? I think it's I believe it when I see it sort of one, I think.
Well, yeah, we can't fill, what is it, 54,000, 56,000?
Yeah, 56, I think, yeah.
We can't fill that without giving away thousands of free seats. So it's pointless. But whatever. Especially considering this was the grand opening season. This was where all the hype was. We haven't had as successful a season. Attendance isn't going to be as good. There's going to be a lot of people not renewing because they don't like the stadium. So I mean, no.
Transfers could save the renewers. I think. I think some of these big transfers come through. I think
we'll see. I mean, concentrate on getting the stadium right first. Concentrate on filling up the 56,000. Then worry about adding on additional seats because and until you can consistently fill the stadium, what's the point?
Yeah. No, I agree. I'd love to see it 60,000. It's a nice statement, isn't it? 60,000. That's it, really, guys, for the news. Unless there's anything you can remember, Paul, before we move on to the questions.
No, nothing really stands out. It has been a pretty quiet week news-wise. So hopefully,
I would like to say congratulations to Huddersfield for being promoted as well. Fantastic. And talking of cheap football, they've promised their season ticket holders that have been season ticket holders for 5 years can have a Premier League season ticket for £100.
Oh wow, brilliant.
Fantastic. You talk about working man's game.
Yeah.
That Huddersfield could have really took the mickey out of their fans, couldn't they? And they have every right to, they've been promoted. They may not stay in the Premier League, but no, they've kept it low, and good luck to them. Yes, moving on, let's do some questions. There's not many, so we'll just bang from. A message from one of our friends, Peter Coker. Based on this season's performance, where do you see the club reaching next season? PC.
Cheers, Pete. We'll get Peter on one day to have a chat with us.
That would be...
It'd be entertaining.
Yeah. He looks like Jay, actually.
He does, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what we do in the transfer window. I was really worried the back end of last season that things were not going to get better. They were only going to get worse. And if we have another season like the last one, we're going to be in trouble. But, depending on what happens in the transfer window, we'll see in the next couple of weeks how serious these rumours and these bids are. If we get in decent names and Slav can, sort out the defence, I think we could do well. We're not going to break into the top six.
We need a bit of luck with injuries as well. We need a season where we have a bit of luck. Like 3, 4, 5 years, terrible injuries to players all the time. And it's always a new signing as well that gets it. Ayew, Carroll, even right back to Julian Fulbert got injured before he made his Premier League debut.
That's right, yeah.
So Pete, I think we can, we should be aiming for top of the top, the 8th downwards. Try and aim for the top of that 8th would be a lovely, fantastic finish. I know Lee was saying about ambition, but that would be a steady progress to it. And all it is do what you're saying. Like they're saying, bringing in quality, not quantity. Bring in 4 quality players. Fantastic for me. Yeah. Henry, why is David Gold such a boring person? I don't know. I thought he was quite a nice bloke when I've met him in person, actually.
Yeah, he's all right. He's just an old man, isn't he? It's just like any other old man. They're just
shouldn't be on social media, really. But
they say the odd stupid thing. Probably don't think about it. He's he's got the tee on. Don't really know what he's doing. Presses the wrong buttons and things. He's what? What is he? He's 80 years old, isn't he?
Yeah, 85, I think.
So you know what I mean? He's an 85-year-old man. What do you expect from him? I don't know. What do you expect?
Yeah, do you want him to come clubbing or what? No. I cannot pronounce his name, but I'll try my best. Shinsuke Nakama. He's photos Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince. Right, can we really go into next season with Andy Carroll as the striker? Well, we're trying our best not to, if you believe what you read. And me and Paul sort of half discussed it about 5-10 minutes ago. If we go into a season with just Andy Carroll again, we're asking for big trouble.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So no, we can't. And like Luke says, we're from the looks of things anyway. We're trying to change that, But no, absolutely, we can't. As we said, we cannot rely on Andy Carroll to stay fit for a whole season because it's just not going to happen.
And Sacco can't stay fit either.
No, I don't think Sacco should be playing anyway, regardless. But still.
Yeah. Andy Smith, What are your thoughts on the area around the outside of the pitch being changed from green to claret? For me, it will just highlight the gap between the pitch and the stands. We sort of touched on this about 4 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah, and I said at the time, if we make it claret, it will just look like a running track. Why not just have the running track there? Because the running track.
I agree. Like, it will just look like a running track's around it.
Yeah, the running track's red. So why not just uncover the track? I actually saw a picture yesterday, I think it was, and it was of an angle from behind the goal, and geez, the gap between the pitch and the stands and that technical area, it is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's ridiculous. I don't know, as I've said many times, and I think it's the one thing they can really do to make a difference. Move the advertising boards to the pitch. I don't understand.
I think that will help the players' eyes as well. You know, like that sense of that's how big the pitch is.
That's it. It will make the pitch look smaller. It will make the pitch look smaller. It won't look like such a massive pitch. Like you say, it will give the players more of a reference of where the end of the pitch is. It will look much better when these games are on telly. Just, I don't understand why they've made them around by the stands. It doesn't make sense to me. Bring them in. Bring the boards in close to the pitch in a rectangle, and I think it will make a big difference. The gaps are still going to be ridiculous, but I think it will make it look better.
Is that down to the seating? You know, I know you guys know a bit more about. You and Lee knew a bit more about the seatings, because the pictures we were shown when we went to see pick our tickets about 2 years ago now, like those seats were a lot closer. Would they have been closer under the old seating that went bankrupt?
No. It would have been the seats would have been in the same place, but it would have been properly retractable. So at the minute, it's not retractable seating; it's a temporary stand. So when they dismantle that, which would be happening now for the Athletics, they're going to have to take them seats out of the stadium. Whereas
I've seen pictures of it. Yeah.
Whereas it would have actually been retractable properly. But no, it couldn't have been any closer. And the reason that it was never going to be any closer is because the roof.
I remember Dave actually saying that. I remember Dave saying that on the show actually.
If the seats were closer to the pitch, they'd be uncovered. They wouldn't be covered by the roof. So that was always the plan.
It's a poor design flaw that again just goes back to it's not a football stadium.
It's not, no. The only thing I saw is a thread on Knees Up Mother Brown about the stadium, and there's a really good picture of a stadium in Russia, and it was an athletic stadium. It looked like the Olympic Stadium, big, massive bowl, massive gaps around the pitch, and they basically gutted the entire stadium. They left the shell and they left the roof on, but they gutted the entire stadium, and they basically rebuilt a stadium inside of the stadium.
Oh, right,
to bring it closer to the pitch. Yeah. And I think that's the only way that it's ever going to get better. That's the only way it's ever going to get better.
That would be a takeover deal, wouldn't it? That would have to be someone come in and spend ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah.
Tommy Ahern, who do you guys think should be our starting left back? Well, if you've been watching the whole way, we think Masuaku should be the starting one. Mm-hmm. What do you guys think? Let us know. Do you think Masuaku should be starting ahead of Cresswell? Is it time for Cresswell to go?
Yeah.
Lewis John E. Why is Lee so temperamental? Has he had his man period yet?
It's a shame Lee's not here because we could ask him.
Well, Lee's Lee. That's it's not fair to answer that question for him. Lee is Lee. He has his views, very liberal views. But yeah.
And it's good as well, because if we all had the same opinions, it'd be a boring show.
Boring show. It was weird for me and him to actually be arguing last week. Usually it's you and him.
Yeah.
You were sort of the 50-50 man last week, which was a bit Tom Down, West Ham Fan TV legend. This was one of the funny ones. When the weather gets too hot, do you guys go for the full back crack and, most importantly, sack? I don't think I'd be brave enough to go all the way.
Well, no. How can I can't. What am I doing?
On a West Ham channel.
I was actually going to answer this question. What am I doing?
Yeah, I'm not really ready to answer it.
I'm not going to put this out on YouTube. No. To be honest though, I'm not a hairy guy. No hairs on my chest. I'm bald as a baby, so I don't have to worry too much about it.
Tom, let us know your answer. Daniel, my question for the podcast. Oh, yes, I forgot about this rumour. What do you think about the rumours of Ross Barkley?
Well, it'd be a great signing. He's a fantastic player. I know he's a player that you like a lot, Luke.
Fantastic.
He's a very, very good player, and it would be a very good signing. It's a strange one because that's the thing. Part of me thinks no chance, but do you know, another part of me actually thinks maybe he would come.
Do you know what part of me thinks? Because the fees are being rumoured at between 30 and 50 mil. Part of me thinks that those like Sullivan is such an egotist that he would put that 40-50 million pound bid in and be like, well, there you go, I got him.
I don't know. Sorry, I know my phone's been going mad. Just to put my phone on silent. I don't know.
I would pay 35-40 million for him. I would pay that sort of money for him.
30-35. I wouldn't pay more than that, I don't think. Nah. 30-35. Yeah, I think that'd be my ceiling. And I don't think we could afford to pay him much more than that anyway. But it would be a good signing. I
think the only other club potentially that would go in for him, if you believe what you read, would be Tottenham. I think to sort of sit in there. But then you look at that midfield. Does he get in that midfield? He's not getting in front of Ericsson. He's not getting in front of Dele Alli.
Ericsson,
and I don't think him and Dele Alli could play together anyway.
No,
I think it'd be too similar.
No, I don't know. I don't think he'd go to Tottenham. Just because, like you say, I don't think he'd be guaranteed to be playing every week. So that's probably why I think we have got kind of a chance, because I don't think he's going to have that many options, especially if he wants to stay in England.
I'm just, if we go through, Chelsea, no. Arsenal.
I don't think any of the top 4 or 5 would take him, because I don't think they need. Although, do you know what? I could see. Well, no, I mean, like even the likes of like Man United's.
The only reason I'm thinking Man United is to replace Rooney, but then you've got to think. The rumours are that James Rodriguez is going there.
That's it. Well, if they get Rodriguez, they have Rodriguez, Pogba, Herrera.
Yeah.
So.
Plus Griezmann potentially as well. So again, he's not getting in that team. Man City have just signed a fantastic player in Bruno Silva. Yeah. So again, I'd love him to come, and sort of when you sort of assess it like that, you never know. You never know. I can't see Southampton paying that sort of money if you're thinking of clubs around us that could pay it. Unless Newcastle really want to make a statement, potentially. But would he want to go up there? I
don't think it wouldn't be too much of a distance for him, would it? But I don't think so. I
would love it. That's all I can say. I would love it. It would be an amazing signing to sign an England international with that ability as well, that technical ability. Again, if we're talking about 4 quality signings, he definitely fits that bill. 100%. And another one, just on my memory, Ray Parlour said it. It's sort of been regurgitated a bit today. About Jack Wilshere, saying it would be the perfect club for him, West Ham, and West Ham should be well in for him. Again, I've always been a big fan of him as well, Jack. I know again, injury prone, but there's no denying when the guy is fit, he's a fantastic footballer. Yeah,
I mean that's it. It's another one of them. It's the fitness and the injury, and it depends. For me, that would all come down to price. And if we could afford to take a gamble on another potentially injury-prone player, I think if we could get him at a good price, it'd be worth it.
Yeah, I think. Ray Parlour was saying that he's on the last year of his contract this year. I think if you could get him for 15, I think that would be a fantastic deal. I think that'd be fantastic for Arsenal as well. 15 million for a player that probably isn't going to play.
Yeah, I suppose as well, when you think about it, 15 million is not a lot of money these days.
Yeah, for an England international, still very young. Still only 25, I believe. Listen, the players do go through injury patches and then come out of it. They do. Not all, but there are players that have had injuries through their early career and then they go on and don't have another injury. I don't know. I like him. He's a West Ham fan. All of his family are West Ham fans, if you believe what you read. So, yeah. Again, I would like West Ham to be in the mix with it anyway, even if we don't sign him.
Yeah.
Mark, sort of very similar to Peter's question, but he is more great word here, hypothetical. If we sign our supposed targets, where do you see us finishing next season?
I mean, it depends on how well they do if they came in. I think realistically...
Sorry, I just remembered on the Barkley one as well there. Remember, Sigurdsson is very close to going to Everton as well.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So, again, I'm getting a bit excited now, thinking that Barkley could come to West Ham. I'll be sitting there, people taking the mickey out of me now. I'm not in the know.
You sure? No, I mean, I don't know. I think that 7th, 8th is probably our ceiling. I'd love to see us, like you said, I'd love to see us finish thereabouts, and then try and push on into that top 6.
Maybe a good cup run as well.
Yeah. That's a really good shout, actually. Yeah, good cup run.
Yeah. Like I say, if we sign Inalcio, Zabaleta's already signed, and if you're talking like Ross Barkley and Michy Bastiat are the other two to create the 4 quality signings, then God knows, like, sky's the limit. But we shall see. Lucas, sort of again a continuation of the question. In 5 years' time, where do you see us? Again, me and Lee debated this very, very heavily last week. If we don't show some ambition to make progress, we're just going to be the same. No?
Yeah, I agree absolutely. 5 years is a long time in football. We could be European regulars. We could be European regulars. We could be in the Championship. 5 years is a long time in football. And
go on, mate. Go on.
I was just going to say, and we could well be under different ownership by then as well. We could, in 5 years' time, we could have been taken over by the next billionaire, and we could be in the Champions League.
Yeah, I think, like I say, you've got to look at it. Like I say, 5 years is a long time. In a year's time, is Manuel Lanzini still going to be at West Ham?
Yeah.
And then you start going down that road, is Antonio still going to be there? Is, I don't know, people like Ogbonna, Reed still going to be there? Again, if I would say to you, I'm going to go out on a whim, if we're still doing this show in a couple of years' time, hopefully we are, if Manuel Lanzini's still there in 2 years' time, we will be a good club. I think we'll be going along the right steps, because that will mean that they've bought players to keep him.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
That's all the questions for this week. Thank you very much. Again, it's only a short show. Obviously, it's the off season and there's no Lee. Big congratulations to West Ham Fan TV for hitting 20,000 subscribers. Unbelievable, guys. Well done. That's it. Check out West Ham Fan Zone, and also they're partnered up with West Ham Insider now. Not the West Ham Insider from the actual website, just some Facebook page, and they're happy to promote our stuff. So we're going to send them a little shout out, because it's always good to keep the West Ham family close in the social media network. Again, we reached 1,000 subscribers. Just before I finish, I nearly forgot to mention us.
We reached 1,500.
Yeah.
1,000.
What did I say?
You said 1,000.
Oh, yes. We reached 1,500, guys. Brilliant. As we said, I put a tweet out, a little video for you. We went away for 3 months, guys. There was all that stuff going on off camera. We come back. Within 3 months, we got like 250 subscribers. Unbelievable. We've just sort of toddied back, and you've all... The welcome back, I know Paul says it a lot, the welcome back was brilliant. And we are going to carry on, even though Lee will probably go. Like I say, me and Paul are going to work really hard on the channel next year.
Yeah. We really appreciate the support. We really appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. Glad you enjoyed the show. Really appreciate all your comments, all the tweets we get on Twitter. It's brilliant. It's fantastic to have that feedback. So we really, really appreciate the support. So thank you.
Keep your comments coming, keep your tweets coming, keep sharing our stuff, guys. 2,000 is the next target. Be lovely to get 2,000 before the start of next season. That'd be lovely. Hopefully, with the guests we're getting on, that can sort of boost us up. But it's up to you guys to share our stuff. Anyway, until next week, we will be back. It'll probably be just me and Paul again. But get your questions in, any topics you want covered. Hopefully, we've signed a few players. Until next week, it's goodbye from me. It's goodbye from Paul. Come on, you irons. Keep believing. Let's go.
Cheers.